Hello and welcome, everyone. My name is Mark, a trainer here at WEX Field Service Management, and today we're covering offering financing in WEX FSM. This webinar will cover a financing overview, how to apply yourself for financing to get that into your system and available for your customers, how to manage your loan options. We'll go over offering financing to your customers from desktop and from the mobile versions of WEX FSM, and how to receive payment once the loan has been approved and the job has been done. We'll do a live Q&A at the end where you can get your questions answered live on stream. And our first topic is just the benefits of financing. If you currently do not offer financing and you are interested, wondering if this would be good for your business, you will be able to increase your close rate on bigger jobs. If you have a customer who can't afford to pay for, let's say, a big install, they need a system really bad, but they can't afford it. That's where you are able to come in with financing, and you can offer loans to your customers, and they may say yes, knowing that they can make small monthly payments over time, versus saying no because they just can't afford it. With that, that will also increase your average ticket size. So, instead of going with option one, we're going to go with option three now because we can afford it with the loan. So option three would be a bigger ticket with more items. If you are in competition with other businesses in your industry, maybe for another business, they have to pay all up front. There's no financing available, but with you, they're able to afford it. It also will just improve your customer satisfaction and trust and drives long-term revenue growth. Now, let's dive into WEX FSM to see how you would actually start this process from scratch. So, when you log in to your system, wexfsm.com, you will want to go to Settings, Subscriptions. That will bring you to the subscriptions page. And for financing, we want to click on Payment Options, this tab here. This is the page where you will sign up for financing. This is where you as a business are going to apply and go into, contract with one of these lenders. You can do multiple lenders if you want. And the lenders want to know that it's a good fit for them as well. So the very first thing is you, the contractor, would apply for the loans to be added into your system. Now we have many options. There's Synchrony, GoodLeap, Green Sky, Service Finance, Fortiva, and Wells Fargo. And each of these, if you have not applied, will have a red plus button. When you click on that red plus button, that starts the application for you to apply for loans to be added into your system. And each lender is different. They will have their different requirements. If we look here, Good Leap requires minimum 2 years active business, Secretary of State registration. You see the list here. You can learn more about each of these lenders by clicking Learn More. But let's say that we want to go with Service Finance. We would hit the red plus button, enter in all the information, and hit Apply. That will send the application to the lender. They will review it, and after they make a decision, you will be notified. If you are approved, then this red plus button will turn into a green check, meaning that loans are ready to be selected now to offer to your customers. And just one note here, if you are going to use Wells Fargo, it is $99 a month extra added to your subscription to offer Wells Fargo. But the others do not have a monthly subscription add-on. You just apply, add it, and now you can offer those in your system. The only other charge to consider is the dealer fee, but we will talk about that in our next section here. But just know when you add these, it's not updating how much you pay monthly for WEX FSM, except for Wells Fargo. So if you're offering Wells Fargo loans, it's a great benefit, but it is that $99 extra. Okay. Once you have submitted your application, then you get approved. You will want to go to the Manage Loan Options page to then select which loan options you want to offer your customers. To do this, you will go to Payment Options, Financing, Manage Loan Options. Now, this is a test account, so we don't have any real loans with customers. And so this page is not going to look like what you see, but I do have an image here to show you what you will see when you go there. So once you get to that Manage Loan Options page, this is where you will see all of the loans in your system. And the way this works is let's say I sign up, I get approved by a lender. They're going to load a ton, their whole catalog of loans into your system. Now, these loans at first will not be available to your customers because you have to select them. And just a pro tip, something I recommend, you do not want to select every single loan. If I'm at the grocery store and there's 100 different types of peanut butter, I might get overwhelmed and I'm not even feeling peanut butter anymore. So, if you're telling your customer, well, here are 50 different loan options that you can take, they probably are not going to want to sit through you talking through all of them. So I recommend going in and only selecting 4 or 5 options. Each of these on the side here will show you how many months, the APR. Sometimes there's no interest, like 6 months, no interest. Pick what you think would be a good assemblage of a couple different options, and then you will select offer this loan. Once offer this loan is selected, then that loan will be available in the dropdown when adding loans to proposals to offer to your customers. So you'll go through, this one looks good, let's select that. This one looks good, let's select that. As you're selecting, take a note of the dealer fee. So each loan will have a dealer fee, and this is how the lender gets paid for these jobs. And the way this works, let's say my customer signs up and we get them on the risk-based pricing. When that loan is sent to me, it will be minus the dealer fee. So the loan is funded, the dealer will take their cut of the dealer fee, and then that money is sent to your bank account less the dealer fee. So usually the higher the dealer fee, the better it is for the customer because, lenders got to get their money somehow. So the lower the dealer fee, that's usually the higher price or, higher interest rate or whatever it is for the customer. This is where you're selecting your loans. If you want the option for your customer to self-service the application, let's say you do a lot of jobs where the customer's not home, but you send your documents to them. So if I send a document that has a application, I need to select offer to self-service. Once that is selected, then that apply now button will show for the customer and they can just apply for that loan for the job you want to do for them online on their own. Okay, so that is managed loan options. So now at this point, we have applied ourselves as a business and gotten approved. We had our loans loaded into our system. We've selected the loans we are going to offer to our customers, and we've chosen which of these we would like to offer self-service for the customers to do it on their own. Once you've selected the loans, now it's time to actually, you know, use these loans in context with our customers. And the way that you will offer loans in your system is through proposals. Typically with proposals, we are doing an estimate. We are proposing that we're going to do this big job for you, and then you can offer financing on those proposals. So, as an example, we are just going to a job. If you're following along at home, you can type in a customer name that you have. Let's say we're looking for Mary Jones. Go to their profile page and then go into a job. We're inside a job. I just made this for our example today. And I went ahead and mocked up a proposal. So, click new, build out your proposal for the job that you're doing, and let's take a look at that proposal. So, your scenario may be different, but when you are here, maybe you're doing a big old install, which is what we are charging them for today. It's a $10,000 job. And if you go down below here, you will see the option to select a financing product. Again, we are on a proposal. We pulled items in from our price book to charge the customer, and now we have a total for them. And if you know that they most likely will want financing, you can add that here. Select a financing product. The options that we chose on the Manage Loan Options page, that shows up here. And so let's go with this 6 months, no interest. It will show you a small summary of what that is down below. But really, at this point, you're just wanting to save to get it onto the proposal. So we'll hit save. And now this is going to show you, it's kind of adding this as a recommended item first. So I'm talking to the customer, I let them know, we can do this install, you can pay up front, you'll have 30 days to pay or whatever. Or if you're interested, we do have financing options available. I recommend the 6 month no interest. And when oh, it looks like the test account is having an issue. Let me save. Let's refresh. Cool. Okay. So it's showing up as a recommended item. You let them know what you're offering. It'll be $893.75 a month for 12 months. That will allow you to, pay it off in full in that time. If the customer is ready to go, they're like, you know what, this sounds great. So glad you have this financing option available. You will continue to apply. Now, if the customer is there with you, you can just go through this process with them. But if they are not with you, if you send this to them, as long as the self-service option has been turned on, they'll be able to do this application on their own. It's going to show the amount to finance. Very important. The job location state must be within the state that you do business. If you do not have a license to do work in a state, it won't let you. You don't choose that. Make sure you're choosing where you are operating from. And if you operate across state lines, that's okay. That will be part of your application process. You just have to, put in where you do business. But we have all the info here. They will click Start Application. And now we're just in the loan application from the lender. We're not going to submit a real thing to Synchrony right now, but you get the idea. You would enter in the customer's information and they just go through, fill this out, and apply. It is an instant approval. So once let's say I'm standing with the customer, they sign up, that we'll be able to tell right away whether they have been approved or declined. If they are declined, it will let you know it has been declined and it will send a follow-up email out to the customer, letting them know the reasons why and maybe there's something they need to do to be approved. But if they are approved, then that will add that loan into your system and you'll be able to get the money for that loan. If they're approved, you continue doing the work. That job gets completed, and then you can accept payment from the financing dashboard, which we will look at in a little bit. They will take the dealer fee and then send you the rest of the loan as a bulk payment. That will go into your bank account, and then you will be able to go in and mark that invoice as paid, that it was paid via the loan. So that is doing the financing application from desktop. Let's take a look at how to add a loan on a proposal from the mobile app. When you're on the mobile app, it's actually the same exact process. It just looks a little different because we're on a device. And let's just go into an appointment. I know that I am doing a big job, so we're going to make a proposal. So go down and tap proposals. And I've already mocked up a proposal. So, if you want to create one yourself, hit new. But I have already prepared one for this job we're doing. And same as what we just went over, you build out your products first. Now we know we're charging, over 10 grand for this job. And we want to offer financing. So we're going to tap offer financing. Same process. It's our financing calculator. Are you doing business here? Select the plan you would like to offer. And hit save. That adds as a recommended item first. You let the customer know, here's what it is. And then they say yes. So now we're ready to apply. Again, if you are doing this with them, let's say you're on location, you can do this, turn your tablet around, they can fill it out, or you can send it to them and they can fill it out online. All the information is here and you will hit submit application. Again, we're not going to submit this for real, but just know once they fill out the info and submit, the same process will happen. You will get either that they are approved or declined. If they're declined, they will get an email with the reasons. And if they're approved, you're ready to move forward with the job. Now, as you are doing a lot of jobs and you're offering financing, you'll want a place to keep track of all of your financing and just see the status of all those loans. And you'll do this from the financing dashboard. Now we are going to jump back to the desktop version for this. And to get to your financing dashboard, we're going to go to payment options, financing, financing dashboard. Once a loan has been approved, you will see well, I guess really once a loan application has been submitted by your customer for the job you want to do for them, you'll see that here. And if it's declined, the status will stay declined. If it's pending, we're waiting to hear back from the lender, you'll see pending. And what we're looking for when it's approved, you now can do the job, but we have completed the job. It's time to get paid. We want the loan to be sent to our bank account. What you're looking for is ready to pay. So the ready to pay status will happen once it's been approved. It goes into your system and it has been funded by the lender. So you'll see that it's in a ready to pay status and I'm ready to accept payment. Once you click on this, it will basically say here is how much the loan is for, here's how much we're taking for the dealer fee, and here's how much we're sending to your account. Accept that payment, that goes into your bank account, and now, everything is nice and even. You have the money from the loan, the customer has the job you've done for them, and then the beautiful part, what I love about the financing is all payments now going forward are between your customer and the lender. So in terms of customer service and, collections, you don't have to worry about that. That is all done through the lender. Your customer will continue to make payments. If they stop making payments, that is between them and the lender for the lender to collect. And it's really a win-win. So at this point now, just to recap, you will go to settings, subscriptions, and this is the first place you want to start, payment options, and you as a business will apply for the lenders that you want. Whether that's one or multiple, you can sign up for as many as you would like, and that is where you will apply. Once that is applied for and you're approved, you need to select loan options for your customers. So you would go to more applications. Oh, wait, sorry. Payment options, financing, manage loan options. And that is where you select the loans that you want to offer to your customers and select self-service and see the dealer fee. Once those have been loaded into, once you have selected those, that is what will be available when you select a financing product from desktop or mobile here. And then go to your financing dashboard, which would be payment options, financing, financing dashboard to see the status after your customer has submitted their application and also to accept payment. Okay. I do see some questions coming in. We'll do that in our Q&A, which we are going to start now. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining. My name is Mark with WEX Field Service Management, and this has been Offering Financing.